Hello, good morning to everyone here. I hope by the grace of God you are all doing fine, as I'm also doing good over here. Today, I want us to touch briefly on a particular topic or a particular virus that is making waves all over the world, not just Ghana, but everywhere across the globe. We've all heard about coronavirus. So today, I want us to know something bit about this virus. So when you mention coronavirus, what it entails, how badly it has affected all and sundry, the symptoms, in fact, everything that you need to know about coronavirus. So as you can see this image over here, this is how we've come to believe the virus to be appearing. So this is just an image of how the virus looks like. So that is the image of coronavirus. So let's move on to our slide. By the end of today's lesson, these are the objectives that I would like us to achieve. I want each and everyone here to know what coronavirus is. Also, I want each and everyone to state the symptoms of coronavirus. So when I ask you to mention any symptoms of what coronavirus, you should be able to do that. Yeah, if only you pay attention to this lesson critically, by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to state some of the symptoms of coronavirus. And then lastly, you should be able to provide the preventive measures of the virus. When I mention preventive measures, I mean how you can protect yourself or prevent the virus from spreading, either from you to someone else or from someone else to you. So how can we prevent ourselves from the virus? So these are the three main objectives that I would like all of us to achieve by the end of the lesson. So know what the virus is, state the symptoms of the virus, and then also provide some preventive measures of the virus. So we have these keywords that we need to know. There are about 8 or so of them. So the first one is ailment. The second one is novel. The third one is mild. The fourth one is severe. We have detected, escalated, asymptomatic, and combat. Let me go over once again. Ailments, novel, mild, severe, detected, escalated, asymptomatic, and combat. So let's have a brief background of coronavirus. So what at all is this virus about? So this virus, coronavirus, also known as COVID-19 because it was discovered in the year 2019, is an ailment caused by a virus that can spread from person to person. So this virus spreads from one person to another. We say that the virus is novel. It is novel because it is a new one. Although the virus has been in existence for a very long time, I mean, coronavirus has been in existence for a very long time. But this one that was just discovered in 2019, this very one that was just discovered in 2019, is first of its kind. It's novel. That is, it is the newest form of the coronavirus. So we have christened it COVID-19, or we have given the name COVID-19 to it because it was discovered just last year in 2019. So this virus was first detected in Wuhan, a city in China. So when you mention coronavirus and then we are confused or we don't know where it came from, we should all be aware that the virus was first discovered in Wuhan, a city in China. Now, this virus has spread to almost every part of the globe, of which Ghana is no exception. So the virus, as we all know, is in Ghana now. So let's know a little bit about the virus in Ghana. So Ghana recorded her first 2 confirmed cases on 12 March 2020, barely 5 months ago, or let me say 6 months ago. Ghana recorded her first 2 cases on 12 March 2020. And since these dates, the virus has escalated, or the number of cases of the virus has increased. As at 20th August 2020, just yesterday, the number of confirmed cases in Ghana was 43,260 with 41,276 recoveries. So the virus has infected about 43,260 people, out of which 41,276 people have fully recovered. Regrettably, the virus has killed a total number of 261 people. So those who couldn't overcome the virus, but rather the virus defeated or killed them, are 261 people. And it's quite disheartening to hear people being taken away because of this virus. Okay, so what are some of the symptoms of coronavirus? When we get to know that someone is having coronavirus, how are we going to detect that? How are we going to detect that? So, firstly, the person who has contracted coronavirus will be having fever. We can detect that the person is feverish. So when we see somebody with fever, then we can go ahead and then do extra tests to know whether it is mere fever or coronavirus. So that is the first symptom. We have dry cough. In this case, the person will be coughing, but there will be no phlegms coming out of the throat. So when you have dry cough, it can be a symptom of coronavirus. So you need to take a step ahead to go and check it. The third symptom is tiredness. The person will become tired. The little thing that the person will do, you see that the person has become weak or fatigued. So that is another symptom. And then sore throat. You can see that your throat is sore. So when you swallow food or when you swallow water or even saliva, you can feel it in your throat. The next one is headache. Yeah, you can be having headache. And then loss of taste or smell. No matter the aroma of food that you are eating, you cannot smell it. Or no matter the pungent smell that is around a particular area, you cannot feel it. You understand? So you cannot taste when you eat food. You cannot taste, and then you cannot feel or you cannot smell the scent of anything. So when you are there and then you get to know that you have lost taste for food and then you can't smell anything, then you should be taking a second look at what is really happening. It may be coronavirus. It may be coronavirus. So if any of these symptoms is identified or is recognized somewhere else, you should be able to make a step ahead to make a check or a test to see if it is coronavirus or not. However, it must be noted that some people do not show any of these symptoms at all, yet they are carrying the virus. The person has been tested positive, but the person is not showing any of these signs, whether fever, dry cough, tiredness, sore throat, headache, or loss of taste or smell. This person is carrying the virus all right, but the person is not showing any of these signs. Such people, we call them asymptomatic patients. We call them the asymptomatic patients. That is, they are carriers. They are positive of the virus all right, but then they don't show any of these symptoms. So let's take note of that. So this is a pictorial evidence of the symptoms of COVID-19. So the first one, 88% will be feverish. And then mucus production, we have dry cough, shortness of breath. These people who are infected with coronavirus, they cannot breathe properly. They are always fatigued. And then sore throat, like I mentioned, and then muscle pain, that is bodily pains. So this a pictorial evidence of the symptoms of coronavirus and the rate at which they occur in the system. So fever is 88%, mucus production 33%, and what have you, as we can see on the screen. Now, how can we prevent the virus? So these are the methods of prevention, how we can prevent the virus from spreading. So one, we have to wash our hands with soap and running water, as we can see in the image over here. We have to always make sure we are washing our hands regularly with soap and running water. And then also, we have to always put on our nose mask. put on your nose mask when you are going out. Let me add that you must put it on whenever you are going out. And also, we have to regularly use alcohol-based hand sanitizer to sanitize our hands after touching some objects like door knobs or door handles, being a trotro, touching people, what have you. So anything that you lay your hands on, afterwards you must sanitize your hands with alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Alcohol-based hand sanitizer because the alcohol content must be 70% and above. In this case, we can say that the sanitizer is effective to kill or to fight the virus. So if it is not alcohol-based hand sanitizer, then you may be doing a constantly job. So make sure the sanitizer is alcohol-based. Let's continue with the prevention. So avoid touching your mouth, eyes, and nose. Avoid touching your mouth, eyes, and nose. In this case, you will be preventing the virus because the virus is being transferred through this medium, through this media. That is through your mouth, your eyes, and then the nose. So these are the passage through where the virus gets into our body. So if we avoid touching our mouth, avoid touching our eyes and nose, in a way, we are preventing the virus. And also cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. So whenever you are coughing or sneezing, make sure there's a tissue or a handkerchief. Preferably, let's use tissue so that afterwards we can discard it. So cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing, like the beautiful lady over there is doing. You can see that she's covering her nose and mouth with a tissue when she was sneezing or coughing. And also, we must observe social distancing. We must observe social distancing. That is, we should always make sure there is space between us and others. We shouldn't be seen closer to each other all the time. Make sure there is always enough space, at least a meter, 1 meter apart from one another. So these are the preventive measures that we can use to, subdue the virus or to kill the virus. Now, I think basically that is all that we need to know about coronavirus. It is a deadly disease, so I will entreat all of us to follow all the preventive measures that I have outlined in the previous slides so that we can all avoid the virus and then stop it from spreading. Thanks once again for your attention, and may God bless us all, as I hope that you follow all these preventive measures to curb or to control the spread of the virus. May God bless all of you. Until we meet again, yes, bye for now. You're recording your session? Yes, please.